Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome here to the Bucharest Stock Exchange and those joining on our webcast. I am Piotr Białowąs, Vice President of INC Poland, acting as the authorized advisor to Bittnet Systems, our star today. Before we begin, I would like to kindly ask you to switch off your mobile phones or put it on a silent mode if possible. All documents related to this event are available online via Bittnet System Investor Relations webpage. Now let me hand you over to the management board that will guide you through the key highlights of the financial year 2015, which, as usual at this time of year, are preliminary and not audited yet. Thank you.
Thank you, Piotr. Not only an advisor, but also a competent advisor, so thank you for the support. So I am very happy to announce a great year of Bittnet, for Bittnet in terms of development, of growth, and my expectation is that we have managed to fulfill most of the expectations from our shareholders. So I'm here with Christian, and we will go over the presentation. And as Piotr mentioned, at this time, these are only preliminary results. Based on our calendar, which is already published on the website, we will make the full report available, and we will have it available on our website as well as on the Bucharest Stock Exchange section dedicated for the companies part of IRO market. It has been a great year for Bittnet, and before I will go into further details regarding the financial situation, I would like to share with you some of my personal reflections with regard to the highlights of 2015. I want to share you in a very informal way key events and moments of 2015. Let me make just a small reminder. My name is Mihailo Gofotu. I'm one of the founders, and I'm acting as CEO of Bittnet. Our main mission is to build competencies and IT solutions for your future plans. So this is the mission of Bittnet, and in terms of what we do, we have two main activities. Main business lines, service business lines. We deliver trainings for the IT market, meaning we are the IT training market leader in Romania with over 14,000 students taught different projects, different technologies, multiple years, multiple and recurring clients. And this is one of the most important aspect of our activity. The second business line is the IT solution integrator, where we provide end-to-end IT solutions, meaning we are able to support the customers throughout the entire life cycle service of their needs. So we make consultancy, we make design, we make implementation, we make migration solution services, we maintain and support the infrastructure. When it's the case, we come up with optimization solutions, and whenever the case is, then we troubleshoot. In terms of IT training, we are authorized partners for the most important IT vendors in the industry, meaning Cisco, Microsoft, Oracle, AWS, Amazon Web Services, IBM, Linux, and a lot of other IT partners which have dedicated learning activities, and they deliver these activities throughout a network of authorized partners spread across the globe. Bittnet is by far the most strongest partner in Romania in terms of number of authorizations, number of trainers, depth of portfolio, as well as the ability to provide trainings with instructors that have real-world experience. Among the certifications, these are some of the certifications, the most relevant one that differentiate us from the rest of the providers in the market. And as I've mentioned before, these names come from the largest IT vendors in the market. In very few words, our evolution over the last 6-7 years, I have included in the presentation how we have grown over the last 7 years. And 2015 has been the best year for us. When we decided to go public and we decided to develop the company, we have identified three main areas of growth, three main growth pillars. One was strengthening the position of the IT market in Romania, and with regard to these main objective, we have added several competencies, several differentiators like ITIL, Sonicwell, and Citrix authorizations, meaning that there is no other company in Romania today that has so many authorizations from vendors like this. We have trained more than 1,100 people last year, which is once again the largest number of students trained by any private company in Romania. And our positioning as a one-stop shop partner has been developed over 2015 with a lot of competencies, with a lot of services, additional learning services like pre- and post-training services. Everything together has helped us achieve so many things within the training business line. A split shows that most of the students that come from dedicated classes, meaning that we have done customized classes and projects for our customers, and this is probably 90% of the total number of students taught in 2015. We are looking carefully at the industry and where the industry is going, and we have tried and to adapt and to capitalize on the major industry trends. We are focusing and developing competencies on data center, virtualization, security, and cloud, some of the most relevant industry trends today and in the years to come. And some of the results have appeared in 2015, meaning that revenues from data center, cloud, and virtualizations are up 160%. Cloud training revenue is 7 times the revenue generated 1 year before, and we expect a growth over this business activity, this business line in the years to come. Mobility, 104% up. And another important aspect of our activity in 2015 is the fact that we signed multi-year contracts with shared support services in Romania, Romania being one of the most relevant countries in Central Eastern Europe with regard to outsourcing activities for IT industry. These companies need trainings year over year. They face turnover in terms of personnel. They want to bring in more of the activities from the headquarters, so they need to be trained, they need to be certified that they are able to support the infrastructure of their own companies and of their customers. The third one was continuous development and creation of strategic partnerships. And in the IT industry today, you cannot innovate, you cannot move forward with only with your own resources. You have to have the right partners, you have to have the right partnerships, and this is where we are taking we're carefully looking at the new partnerships that will help us move forward in the years to come. Last year we have added Citrix, we have added IT, we have added Vim as strong partners, strong technology partners to complement our portfolio and to help us better position to our customers as a one-stop shop partner. We have added competencies, technical competencies in the form of expanding the number of technical people in the team that have highly recognized certification in the industry. We have for example, one CCIE. We have 4 new CCIEs, which are actually like 10% of the total market in Romania, which means that we are ready to take on larger and more important projects, and our customers will feel more confident in working with Bittnet because we have a larger number of highly certified people. We increased the number of trainers, as this is a core business to us, added instructors for all the new trainings, training portfolios we have added to our general portfolio. And we are trying to see how the market outside Romania goes, and this is why we have a territory account manager dedicated for Central Eastern Europe. We have had in the years before 2015 some partnerships with companies outside Romania, and now we are putting more emphasis on these partnerships, and we're trying to expand our footprint in Central Eastern Europe. In terms of sales activity, 3 main ideas to be mentioned. One is that we have managed to release a new CRM integrated with the entire ERP system. So we have an entire solution, an end-to-end solution to actually look and develop and close the opportunities, the sales opportunities. It's more transparent, it's more relevant to our sales activity, but besides that, it's more relevant to the rest of the departments, to the rest of the company, as well as brings more value to the rest of the shareholders, because the activity is very transparent, is very straightforward, is very easy to follow and to measure. So we are now ready to close opportunities much faster than we did before, which with an increased accuracy, and in some cases, in many cases, as I will show you in the next slides, the profitability of each opportunity is better. We wanted to align the sales team with our own goals, so we have changed the sales compensation scheme in order to focus on high growth, high margin projects instead of the usual projects in Romania, which are high revenue, low margin, but also high risks. Most of the projects that have high revenue but low margin have an increased risk of failure. So we are focusing on projects with a high profitability rate, and we are measuring the sales team entirely on these kind of projects and on these kind of services. We have added support functions to our sales department, pre-sales activity and back office support, just to make them to free time for the sales team, so they will be able to open more opportunities. And as you will see from some of the charts I have included in the presentation, that the number of opportunities open and won is higher than 1 year before. So this is a slide which reflects in few words this activity. We have opened more opportunities. We have manage them better. At the end, we have managed to close almost twice as many opportunities as 1 year before. We expect this rate to be even better in 2016, as we have a full year ahead of us with a larger sales team. The team is already used to the 2015 habits in terms of chasing the right projects, and also they are much better prepared than 1 year before. We have invested a lot in developing not only growing the number of account managers, but also to develop their skills so they can actually differentiate themselves when they go to the end customer. This is one of the results of a better system in place. I mean, we have reduced the number of days it takes to win an opportunity, means we are doing things better. And also, one of the greatest achievements is that we are actually able to identify very soon in the sales cycle what projects are going to be successful and what are the projects that we are going to lose. So this is why we have managed to improve significantly the time it takes to decide if a project is lost, or actually to set it as a one project and go over the next phases. And once again, I would say that this brings value to the system and gives the account managers more time to open new opportunities. So in terms of the technical team, which is a very important aspect of our company, we are very proud of the people that actually deliver the solutions and the projects we sell. So on one side, we have improved the sales cycle, we have improved the sales team, and you will see in the numbers shown in the next slides that their overall results have improved significantly. But after the sales team sells a specific project, somebody has to actually deliver on that project. And we have taken this in consideration, and we have expanded the team in terms of the number of people as well as their competence, so they will be much relevant to the end customer. Many projects today suppose that the people delivering the project are not narrowed engineers focusing very deeply on one technology, because most of the customers today have many technologies within their infrastructure. So the right engineer knows to actually put in place the general objectives of the project, but actually he is able to adapt and take in consideration the environment of each customer. And these are the cases where you need to know other technologies, complementary technologies, as well as to very well understand your own technology, so you will at the end be able to come up with a relevant result. Cisco certifications, Juniper Checkpoint, Cisco instructors, AWS trainers, and Microsoft. So these are among the most relevant achievements in terms of expanding the team and the certificates. Okay, let me go on now. If we take a look at the number of returning customers, we will see that 2015 has again been a very good year for us. We have managed to get 100 customers back, and even though we have been through these changes I have mentioned you earlier, we have added 85 new customers to our list. I expect that this trend will continue, and we will see probably more than 200 customers in 2016. more returning customers and more new customers. What is relevant is that in all the years before 2015, we have experienced more than half of the revenues coming from returning customers and almost half of the revenues coming from new customers. This expresses the fact that old customers have confidence in spending more money with Bittnet. If we continue to deliver the same results as we did in the last 9 years, year over year we have improved, we expect that these numbers will keep the same. I mean, more than half of the revenues will come from previous customers, and probably 30–40% of the revenues will come from new customers. This also reflects on our commitment to develop the company to chase new customers, but also expresses the fact that we take good care of the previous customers. So I would say that this is a good balance, and we are looking at like 60% from old customers, 40% from new customers, and this is something we are going to look at in 2016 as well. We are very proud of the marketing team as well, because as opposed to other teams in the market, we see that our marketing team is focused on revenue generating activities. We are not just doing flyers and just promoting, let's say, a regular marketing activity, but we are running events with customers where we showcase our competence, where we showcase new technologies, where we showcase how they can improve their activity by taking advantage of the new technologies that we at Bittnet are promoting. We at Bittnet are able to actually deliver, install, and maintain them over the years. So we have done many IT training events. This is a personal branded event. I think it's the only event in the market where you actually teach the people how to do something with their technology. It's not like the vendor events where they showcase new technologies, but we are actually showing them in 2 or 3 hours how they can, I don't know, do security with the new solution from Cisco, or how they can improve they optimize their Microsoft infrastructure using a new project. So the emphasis is on how, not on what the new technologies are adding to the old technology, what's the additional value. Besides that, we have organized 2 Awesome Day events, which are events organized in partnership with AWS to promote AWS technology, the cloud technology from AWS, which is, as Gartner says, the market leader for public cloud technologies. In Central Eastern Europe, there is a great opportunity to first educate and then to actually deliver end-to-end solution for public cloud. And we want to be one of the companies that have the first mover advantage. So this is why we are taking this trend from the beginning, and we're investing in being a relevant partner. If we compare the numbers and the revenue generated in 2015 over 2014, in terms of the activities delivered by the marketing team, I'm very confident that this trend is going to continue in 2016 as well. So you can see that we have generated more leads. The quality of leads, it's better, and the revenue generated from those leads is significant, it's higher. So This means that we have identified good and relevant activities for the customers. This means that our customers respond well to our marketing activities. This means that we have to actually increase the focus on and the emphasis. We're doing it in 2016, so at the end of this year we will have more results. Now I could say I'm over on the highlights of 2015, and we should go on to the financial aspects, and I will ask Christian to support me in this activity. As you know, he is managing the financial department and everything that has to do with numbers. So, Christian, please.
Thank you. Just a quick example, a quick explanation. When we look at the total revenues in 2015, we are up some 35%. If we break it down on the lines of business, the revenues of the IT integration business came higher with 22% at almost 7 million lei, and the IT training increased with almost 40% to 3.7 million lei. Also, we have recorded 600,000 lei from financial revenues generated by the listing on the BVB. When you add all of these up and you deduct the expenses, the net profit is 5 times larger than in 2014. Also, I think it's important to point out that even if we take out the effect of the financial revenues, even if we take out the listing revenues, and we look just at the operations, we have a significant increase in the EBIT and the EBITDA. What this comes to show is a confirmation of the model that we are pursuing. We are a company that activates in an industry. We are a knowledge company. We activate in the knowledge industry. We share knowledge with our customers, either via training or by implementing solutions that they need. From a financial standpoint, this translates into having a need for a strong and qualified team. And also this translates into a situation where you have quite high fixed costs. On the other hand, when the gross margin that the projects the company closes gets over the threshold set by the fixed costs, everything else is profitability after that. So this is why we have been pursuing the high growth, the aggressive growth model. The fact that when we generate more projects and in similar or better gross margin profitability conditions, after we pass the profitability threshold given by the fixed costs, everything else turns into profit. This is what we have been aiming in all the past years, and these results from 2015 continue to prove this model, and this is why we are going to focus on it in 2016 also and for the future. As a personal comment, I would like to thank the 150 plus investors that have joined our project. When the company was evaluated as a multiple of 37 towards the previous year's profits, I trust that the current evaluation is to their liking, and we are achieving what they hope for. If we look at a small breakdown of revenue growth, the main winners are the data center and the cloud revenues, which are plus 160%. This means that they are 2.6 times larger than the year before. These are situations, these are customers that have trusted us, especially for our technical knowledge, and we are able to provide just the services, and this is why we are a higher gross margin operator in this low margin business. Of course, as the cloud storms into Europe and into the world, the Amazon Web Services trainings, which are actually a proxy for cloud technology training, have increased dramatically over 7 times versus 2014, and we expect this trend to continue in 2016 also. Also with the addition of Microsoft Azure training, which is the second leader in the cloud services provision. Then, of course, the revenues from ITIL training, which is one of the subjects that is very appreciated at the companies that provide shared services, the IT support companies, which are an important customer of ours. ITIL is a training, is a subject that allows companies that do IT support to perform it in an organized and standardized manner using a certain framework. This is why these trainings have increased so many times. And also the fact that we have obtained our own license in 2015 helps us to be much more profitable. We are not just reselling these courses, but we have our own product, our own brand.
I would like to add something which is very recent. And yesterday I saw an article on Force.com saying 15 top paying IT certifications in 2016. And on top of that list, it's the certification for architects provided by AWS, which is the highest, which brings in the highest salary for the people that actually achieve that. So this means that this is a very strong confirmation that investing in AWS and public cloud knowledge and certification, which is one of our results of our strong results from last year, is relevant to the international market as well. So this is not something which is locally relevant, but is also internationally relevant, and this is something we are continuously telling our customers that they should look for knowledge, relevant knowledge and relevant certifications just to be eligible for working any place in the world. So this is one of the greatest impact of global certification program provided by different vendors. So just a small comment which is very relevant to our discussion.
Just a few other figures that I think are important or might be interesting. The total assets have increased, especially as a result of increasing current assets. The fixed assets have decreased by means of normal depreciation and amortization, whereas the current assets have increased because of the way the business just went. You had more receivables at the end of the year because it is a better year, and we had more cash because this is how the cash flow, we were able to manage the cash flow. It's regular, normal business activity. If we look at 2016, our plans are to continue pushing and running on the same path that we have identified until now, to use the same 3 main pillars that have helped us until now, and we envision that they will be of very much help for our growth in the future also. The first one is the expansion of the geographic coverage, which means also a better coverage in the country, but also aiming towards the Western markets. The product portfolio expansion is an obvious and innate situation with Bittnet because all of the members of the team are curious people who want to learn more, so they are able to teach the customers more. And when we look both at the integration business and at the IT training business, the fact that your portfolio is wider and deeper is one of the most relevant aspects that the customer can look for. In the training business, you are literally the one-stop shop. Any kind of training need the customer addresses to Bittnet, we are able to fulfill it. And this is very relevant because all of our customers are large companies which have complicated acquisitions, procedures, and financial departments. So it is relevant to have one trusted partner and not a lot of separate procedures. And of course, we aim to keep capitalizing on industry trends because this is one of the facts, one of the traits that makes us special. The fact that we are able to attract highly talented people who like working with Bittnet because they are able to be the first to get contact with new technologies and be perceived as experts because we teach and we impart the knowledge to our customers. If we look at what is going on currently in the IT industry in the world, it is obvious that the integration part, the integration business has to go closer and closer to the cloud technologies and to provide to us, providing our customers everything that they ask for as a service and not necessarily as CapEx. If we look from the shareholders' perspective and what we intend to do financially, the main objective that we have for the company is to ensure the strongest possible financial base for continuing this growth. From a standpoint of the profits that we recorded, this means we will propose shareholders a capital increase, and if we tally up the profits from 2011 up to 2015, this would result in a proposal of 3 free shares for each share that shareholders own at the reference date. We will like to propose also to shareholders 2 additional subjects which also are linked to the idea of having a strong financing base. And one is an issue of corporate bonds to be listed on the aero market. We have seen already 2 or 3 such issues from companies similar to our size and aiming a bonds issue of a similar size, around 1 million euros. And as an alternative for this, we have identified the idea of preferential shares, which would, as far as we know, has not been done in the Romanian market until now, but would have several advantages for the company and for investors. The first idea for investors is going to be that there's a significant difference in tax rate applicable to dividend payments instead of interest payments. Also from the company's point of view, the preferential shares would go into the capital base where the debt will go into the loan. So the difference in the end result in the balance sheet of the company would be much better with preferential shares. I think we have gone through all of the points that we have had in the report, and thank you for your time.